The angry.
Yes.
Angry birds.
I wish I could do that accent.
Angry.
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 Fail.
Angry birds. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Rapthorn.
I'm Durbin.
And today we're doing our spoiler talk on Angry Birds.
That was supposed to be the bird, and I did the slingshot.
I was like, yeah, and he's doing
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I was pretty impressed with this movie's ability to take an app
right.
that barely has any story, where you're trying to shoot birds at different angles to get as many pigs as you can, and actually turn it into a full-length feature film. Like,
Right.
That was impressive.
Yeah, it's like, okay, premise behind the game. Pigs come, steal your eggs. You have to shoot birds to get the eggs back. And they did a pretty good job in this film.
I think so. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree with that.
It's not like this is the most amazing movie ever
Yeah.
made. I sat through it going, I want more slingshot stuff. I want more slingshot stuff. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get that they had to give backstory and they had to, kind of tell why he was so angry. But I don't feel like they really told why he was so angry.
Yeah, and that to me was one of the biggest missing elements. Like, I get it. He's a loner. He's angry. They did make mention that he didn't have parents. So why didn't he have parents? Did they abandon him? Were they dead? I mean, why did he not have parents?
Yeah.
Is that the thing that's making him angry? I'm willing to bet it's the thing that's making him angry, but I feel like the movie didn't connect those things for us.
I guess they kind of gave some backstory with, like, being teased and being called big eyebrows.
Yeah.
And, I guess I could kind of see it in that aspect.
It just didn't feel like a strong enough connection as to... Because he was a loner while they were making fun of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the connection to me still wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. But you know what? I ended up enjoying the movie. I mean, there's definitely points where I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, that's a little flat or whatever. But it was still overall, like, pretty fun to watch. And the best part was the three main characters, Chuck, Bomb, and Red. Like, those three together were so awesome.
What was the big guy's name?
Terrence!
Dude, Terrence.
Oh, man.
He's great.
He was great.
Like, okay, so the one part that really just kind of disappointed me is in the game, when you use Terrence's character, the huge big red, it does amazing destruction. So, like, when he's backing up in the slingshot, I'm like, dude, this is gonna be epic. And then the slingshot breaks, and I'm like, oh, I really wanted to see him destroy that friggin' town.
Yeah. And I actually feel like the whole slingshot scene disappointed me. Not that the scene itself was a bad scene, but about halfway through it I realized, oh, this is it. This is the finale. There's not going to be we're learning our powers and we're learning what we could do when we're slingshotted, and we're going to do this again and have some kind of epic slingshot battle. Yeah. No, this was the epic slingshot battle. Yeah. And then my wife, when I told her that, she's like, no, they didn't need to make this movie any longer.
Yeah.
But it's like, at the same time, it's like, we could have done more slingshotting, I don't know. You know what I found funny? I don't think this is a negative against the movie. It's just something I found funny. They're putting Red in the slingshot, and Chuck's like, I'm gonna miss you when you die. And the other guy's like, yeah, it's gonna be sad when you're dead. How do people die in this world? Look at all the stuff these birds went through. They were slingshotted, they hit buildings, the buildings collapsed on them, and they fell off mountains and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Bomb blows up.
Bomb, he literally blows up. So, I hate to be that guy, but how do you define death in this world? What has to happen for these birds to die that they would be afraid of Red dying? I don't know. But those are my negatives. But one of my positives, oh my gosh, the Mighty Eagle with Peter Dinklage voicing the eagle. Oh my gosh, he was so awesome.
Oh my gosh, he is such a great actor.
He really is. Anyway, I just loved the Mighty Eagle. I loved his character. It was just funny that they go to this cave expecting this great big epic dude, and then he just pees in the river, and he's just this fat, lazy guy who thought he was all that in a bag of potato chips. And then you finally get to the end of the movie, and he shows up, and he does some awesome things, and he goes up to Red. What I needed was for you to not believe in me, but to believe in yourself. You passed the test. And it's like, oh, you're just fat and lazy, and you're trying to cover for it. It was awesome. I thought Leonard the pig, he was pretty funny, but he just wasn't villainous. Yeah. I mean, you could tell he was the bad guy, mainly because the game says they're the bad guys, but... And they're bad because they wanted to steal all the birds' eggs, their children, and eat them. So, I mean, that's probably the worst kind of evil. But it's just, I felt like, while I enjoyed his character, he didn't feel super sinister or villainous or evil. Like some of Shrek's villains have felt that way, or Kung Fu Panda's villains have felt that way, and things like that. I did not get, I am creepy and villainous from this guy. I didn't get that.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. I did like, though, that when they found the rest of the pigs in the ship,
yes,
that they were like, we were hiding.
You cannot deny the great moments like that. Like, there were so many great moments.
So many good one-liners in this movie. However, to me, they weren't one-liners that would carry over to a second watch.
Yeah, and I said that in my spoiler-free, and that's exactly how I felt about it.
It felt like one time through this movie is about all I needed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was okay, but there wasn't anything that would bring me back a second time.
Yeah. See, movies like the Shrek movies, the first Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, things like that, like, those are like my feel-good movies, you know? Maybe on a slow day or a sick day or whatever. It's one of those movies I could just pop in and it makes me happy. And it's not that Angry Birds didn't make me happy. I mean, it's a good movie, but I just, like you're saying, it doesn't have that second watch value to me. It's not like, you know, oh, it's a sick day. Let me pop in Angry Birds. Now, I'd put in Shrek before I put in that or something.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
Or Zootopia.
Or Zootopia.
Oh, Zootopia!
So, all right. So, basically, for me, because of the unwatchability multiple times, and just kind of like okay, it was a good movie, but I'm only going to give it 3 stars. It's not a middle of the road. It's a little bit better just because, you know, I thought it was okay. But, yeah only 3 stars for me. So, yeah.
If you saw my spoiler free, I gave it 3 stars, and pretty much for the same reasons. It's not a movie that I want to own or that I feel like I can watch multiple times. But while I was in the theater watching it, it was fun. Like, if you're going to take your kids to see it, you're not going to wish you were in the other theater. And I'll say this, even though I really don't want to watch Angry Birds again, if they make a sequel, I would be interested. Like, I'd be interested to see what they're going to do and where it's going to go.
Right. I'd like to know where they got another slingshot.
I would too. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it. Because they broke the other one and they got it from the pigs.
Yeah.
So, if you saw Angry Birds, let us know in the comments where you think that second slingshot mysteriously came from. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
I'm Rapthorn.
I'm Durbin.
Thanks for checking out Durbania.
Oh my god.